Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the
Oh.
Let's Go Sportsball podcast. I'm Ron, joined by my co-host Owen.
With a broken microphone, so now I have to speak into this thing.
Yeah, so little technical difficulties early on.
Yeah, it is quite destroyed. Allow me to.
Explain.
I think there's supposed to be a wire coming out of this thing.
Yeah.
Oh wait.
Oopsie.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure the wire is not supposed to look like this.
Yeah. So we're gonna figure out his. Luckily, he's got a whole week to figure that out while I'm getting ready. I'm gonna be gone for the weekend, so you probably won't hear from us again until next Monday again, maybe Tuesday.
Yeah, to Ohio, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Went on my trip to go see family.
Yeah. So in the past couple weeks, it has been insane. There's been a lot of stuff going on. The NHL, the Stanley Cup Finals are about to get underway. Same with the
NBA Finals. Jinx, you owe me a Coke.
What?
We both said NBA Finals. I said, Jinx, you owe me a Coke.
That's the first. I think that's the first time you've ever actually beaten me in that.
I don't know. We'd have
Well,
check the review.
Did you just say chat? I can't.
Check review.
Oh, I thought you said chat. Check review. I was about to beat the crap out of you.
But also the Indianapolis 500, the Coca-Cola 600, and Monaco all took place last week. I watched all three of them.
Sports wheel.
And it was intense. I loved all three of them. That's why we didn't really get to record last week. It's because I kind of got caught up with the races.
Yeah,
Sorry.
No, you're good. And I had stuff to do anyway.
But we're going to start off with MLB. We'll cover a little bit of football, basketball, and then we'll end it with hockey.
Because hey, like I said in the last episode, if a certain team blew it, I had things to say, and ladies and gentlemen, I got things to say. But let's start with the good American game, with the real good sports ball.
Let's start off
for some baseball. Let's talk about baseball, folks.
All right. Let's start off. Colton Wong has announced his retirement from the MLB. After 11 seasons, he has played for the St. Louis Cardinals, the Milwaukee Brewers, Seattle Mariners, and unfortunately, the Los Angeles Dodgers.
Did he win with the Dodgers?
I can't remember. I believe he has. He has spent those seasons with all of them. He was a Gold Glove Award winner in 2019 and in 2020. He's done a pretty good job. Can't wait to see how it goes for him in retirement and how the rest of the teams do without him.
He did not win the World Series. He played with the Red Sox.
Yes.
In 2013. No, because the Red Sox won. No, he played with the Cardinals in 2013. I'm an idiot.
Lost.
And then they lost to the Red Sox at Fenway.
Yep.
Honestly,
breaking the curse.
I think I said, because I think it was for 95 years. But anyway, I gotta be honest. I would kill to go to a game at
Fenway.
At Fenway. It's such an iconic park. I wouldn't want to go there as a fan of an opposing team because I would get called so many slurs that it would make a COD lobby in 2012 be like, okay, let's chill. But I'll just be like, yay, go sports team. He's on my fantasy squad. So speaking of retirement, another big retirement is two-time All-Star infielder John Zagura has announced his retirement from the MLB after 12 whole seasons. He played with the Los Angeles Angels
of Anaheim.
Okay. He played with the Milwaukee Brewers, the Arizona Diamondbacks, the Seattle Mariners, poor guy, the Philadelphia Phillies, and it's Miami Marlins.
Yes,
right?
it's
I keep getting
Marlins.
It mixed up if it's Florida.
Used to be Florida, now it's Miami.
Anyway, poor guy. He had to play with the Mariners and the Marlins. No wonder he retired. But
well, the other guy did too.
I know it's horrible. That's a horrible fate.
I wonder if these two were teammates either in Seattle or Milwaukee.
It's possible. It is possible. But that aside, of course, heck of a career. He did really good job. Retired with a 0.281 batting average to go along with 1,545 hits, 110 home runs, 513 RBIs and 211 stolen bases. I mean, so great
done a good
career.
job.
Wish the best of luck for him in retirement.
Yes.
And now for technical thingamajig
This
bobs
is-
for space for
so-
Sportsball.
As we had mentioned probably earlier in our episodes, how, as we get louder music, as we had mentioned early on in our episode or our season that we started, the MLB was doing the check swing, or not the check swing, excuse me, the ball and strike challenges now. And now they are looking to start experimenting with using a bat tracking technology to call check swings in the Single A Florida State League. So they have begun the testing. It started back on May 20th. Each club will have one check swing challenge and will retain successful challenges. A swing will be called when the head of the bat is ahead of the knob by more than 45 degrees, example, equal to the angle created by the baselines extending to first and third base. Anything short of 45 degrees will be called a no swing. Hawkeye bat tracking technology provides the maximum bat angle for each swing. The same system that ABS uses for pitch tracking, automatic ball strike.
Wait. What was the league called?
Florida State League
Hold on. Oh my god.
has a whole bunch of different teams. Single A's. Single A's.
No, this is the crazy thing because one of the teams on here, the Dunedin Blue Jays, and the Clearwater Thrashers. I grew up in Clearwater, and I went to Dunedin all the time. I used to go to this pub there called Flanagan's. Ironic, because we're at a place called Flanagan's Brothers Beer Works. There was a pub there. There's a pub there called Flanagan's. We used to go there all the time. And this was they had Irish music on 24/7, and everybody was singing Irish music. It was the best, man. And it's crazy because I would always see stuff about the Dunedin Blue Jays when I was a kid. So this is really cool. And there's also the Tampa Tarpons. I almost horribly mispronounced
Tarpons.
that.
Yeah. Alrighty, moving on.
Yeah, before I end up saying the wrong thing again.
What is the other? Do you have anything else?
I got nothing else for the MLB
Alright,
right now.
So I've got a few more. Jared Jones, the Pittsburgh Pirates.
Jared, no!
I have no clue what he plays. I can't tell. It's either pitcher or something. But he is scheduled to undergo surgery. This was on May 21st. To repair his right elbow, Pirates Director of Sports Medicine Todd Tomczyk announced. He is expected to miss the remainder of the 2025 season, and a timeline for his return currently is unknown. I have not seen anything since then. Another big one. This one is going to hurt the San Francisco Giants. And also, I believe this guy is from, I think he was local at one point. I think this was a local boy.
Possibly.
Years ago, I should say.
Yeah.
Justin Verlander is headed to the IL injured list retroactive to last start, which was on the 18th. And 3 days later, he is being placed on the injured list. Poor guy.
Yeah.
Poor San Francisco Giants.
So, it's been nice knowing you, San Francisco, but your season is officially cooked. So, speaking of the Giants, former MLB player Darren Ruff, some guy named Darren, is suing the Reds over his career-ending injury. That's some big news.
Yeah.
He is suing the Ron's favorite team.
No.
After he suffered a career-ending knee injury after he crashed into an uncovered tarp roller while trying to make a play in foul territory near first base. Shut up. While he was with the Brewers. The lawsuit alleges that the tarp roller had no protective cushioning and it was made of sharp metal. That is...
Ouch.
Yeah, first of all, wow. And second of all, ow. That is insane.
Yeah.
So, I mean, he could get some money from that. But here's a team that you should not spend any of your money on. The Colorado Rockies. They have been an absolute just dung heap so far.
They have been so bad that they had the worst 50-game start at the time. It was 8-42. They had the worst 50-game start since the 1895 Louisville Colonels, who were 7-43.
Wow. Okay. Just.
But as far as this went, the Rockies are on pace to lose an MLB record 136 games.
Wow.
That record was last set back in 1899 by the Cleveland Spiders, who went 20-134.
Mind you, this is before they became the
Indians.
/Guardians / the Cleveland baseball team.
So
Sorry,
that's going to be huge.
As of right
I
now-
doubt they're going to come back
Recover.
from that. I could be wrong. What are they at right now?
Currently, they are at 9-50 with a .153 percentage. So they are extremely off from 500.
They won one game, lost two since this.
And
won one, lost 8.
And you know who's not sucking that much this year? This year it's the Rays, baby. We're 30-29. I am so delusional that we're gonna go to the World Series and maybe we can win 3 games this time. Oh yeah, let's go. I'm so happy.
How about you get a little bit better? Look at the Indians, bud. 32-26, better than you.
Hey. Shut up, your team sucks. Come up with a name that sticks first. I'm delusional.
Okay,
we're gonna win.
okay, Devil Rays.
Dude, Devil Rays is a sick name. What are you talking about?
But still, you guys went away from the Devil Rays to the Rays.
Okay, dude, I forgot. Okay, leave me alone. Alright, I'm not as
So-
into baseball as you.
So the Astros starting pitcher Ronel Blanco will undergo right elbow surgery and will miss the remainder of the 2025 season.
How do you think this is going to affect the Trastros?
It ain't going to affect them all that much. Where are they at?
As of right now, the Trastros are not trash. They are second. They're second in the AL. What? They're second in the AL West, and they're.
What was that talk about the Seattle Mariners?
How are they in first place?
What was that talk? What was that talk about?
Talking about in their history.
Touche. And just breaking about 5 hours ago, MLB rumors, Padres are interested in Jarren Duran.
Ooh.
Duran.
When you can't even say
Copyright.
my name.
They're reportedly showing interest in trading for Red Sox outfielder Jarren Duran. So we'll try and keep posted. I think it's going to be a good move. At the same time, I don't know.
Yeah.
Padres already have a stacked team.
Yeah,
I don't think they need another.
I think the Padres definitely have some good players on their squad, and who knows? Maybe adding him could elevate them to a higher level.
Oh yeah.
So you never know.
It could.
We'll have to see.
So-
but let's get on to the NFL.
Football.
So starting off, this is some pretty interesting news about the Bills.
I would love to see
this.
this.
It is possible that they could be going back to their roots and wearing red helmets. This was featured in a TNF promo, and so I think that would be really cool because that's what they wore originally. And while I do like the white helmets, I mean,
Red
the
helmets are better in my
Yeah,
opinion.
it just harkens back to those days of Thurman Thomas, Jim Kelly, Scott Norwood missing. I mean, there's so much. Okay, Mike's not here. There's so much history associated with those like red helmets.
Yeah.
Not all of it very good, but I mean, I think it would be pretty cool. Like, even if they just had it for like a little while, that would be awesome.
Going on to the Super Bowl champions, the Eagles.
Eagles.
They have extended, and this is not a shocker, they have extended Nick Sirianni to a multi-year contract.
Yeah, I mean that's a no-brainer. I mean he did great coach. They do not win that Super Bowl without him, and we do not get those glorious memes without him. I do not get to make a crappy edit on CapCut at 3 a.m. without him helping them win the Super Bowl.
And of course, Saquon Barkley has been announced as the 2026, Madden NFL 26 cover.
Yeah, I mean,
Hopefully the Madden curse.
Yes, that's what I was gonna say.
I think it's never
Yeah.
happened. I think the curse stopped after Lamar Jackson was listed on there.
I don't know.
I think so because he didn't get hurt. He did not get hurt and didn't have a season or a career a season-ending injury.
Well, I mean, I don't think the Madden curse just applies to being injured. I mean, I think it can also apply to like you have a bad season. And I mean, Lamar didn't have a bad season, but
No.
I mean, then you had Brock Purdy was on the cover, and he had a pretty bad season comparatively. So
I don't know
think
what
it kind of balances.
Last year's didn't really do much.
Yeah.
So,
and I mean,
this year we'll see how it
even
goes.
kind of affected the college football game. I mean, yeah, Travis Hunter went second overall, but then I forgot both of the other guys, and I feel horrible about it. The guy on the left didn't get drafted until like the 7th round, and the guy on the right got undrafted. So
I think one of those was the Team Up North player, and
Team Up, Michigan, and then another guy was
I almost got you to say it.
You're rubbing off on me. What the heck?
This is another huge one that happened back about a couple weeks ago on May 19th. 4-time All-Pro linebacker Fred Warner and the 49ers reached an agreement on a 3-year, $63 million contract extension. That includes over $56 million in guaranteed money that makes him the NFL's highest paid linebacker. It marks the second time in the 7-year NFL career that Warner has landed a contract that makes him the league's highest paid linebacker.
That's insane.
Yes, it is. Warner's agent Justin Schulman of Athletes First and 49ers officials have been quietly working on this deal for the past few months behind the scenes. The final touches were put on the deal the Monday before it had happened, before this was announced. So that is something
Giant
huge.
news. I mean, I think it's worth it. I mean,
yes,
great player.
It's going to be good.
So, speaking of good players, this guy who's finally getting to see a good player besides Myles Garrett-ish. I mean, we'll have to see how he does.
And Nick Chubb.
Let's be honest, he's leaving. Joe Flacco has been named, is in pole position to be a starting quarterback and take the first team reps in spring practice.
Recently, apparently, according to stats from the Cleveland Browns and everything, apparently Shador has done better than the other three. I don't want to believe this. This is only the start. Not everybody's up at full strength. So we don't know how it's going to be. If we start Shador Sanders, our season is cooked. For sure.
We'll have to see.
Shador.
Just wait. If you say that and then Shador ends up becoming the saving face of your franchise, I am going to laugh at you so hard. I'm going to be on the floor and like crying with laughter.
It's going to take a while, just like how it took me a while with Baker Mayfield after what had happened in the college season. It's going to take me a while for him to gain my respect right now. So.
Yeah, he got my respect because he's playing for a team you might have heard of him.
We'll see. He may go to you, just like Baker Mayfield did.
What?
He may go to Tampa Bay.
No,
you never know.
get Shador Sanders away from my team.
Then I'll
Our
be laughing
King Baker Mayfield he's a good sports ball player. Plus, we already have one of your Ohio boys. We're fine. But we'll get to him. But let's actually talk about good old American sweetheart Emeka Egbuka, if I remember where the heck I put this darn thing in my notes.
Do you have it?
No, I do. I had it somewhere. I remember I had the thing saved, but just talk about what you were going to talk
So
about.
The Bears and newly acquired Pro Bowl guard Joe Thuney, who was originally on the Kansas City Chiefs, reached an agreement on a 2-year contract extension. Compensation update: the Thuney is receiving a 2-year contract extension at $17.5 million per year, making it $51 million for the next 3 years, with $33.5 million fully guaranteed at signing.
Nice.
So, And they did sign. I know what you're talking about.
All right, so I'll go ahead and talk about my thing. So, talking about your boy Emeka Egbuka.
Emeka Egbuka.
Of the Ohio State. I can't
The
finish
Ohio
the joke
State.
that I was going to make, but whatever.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, because if I do, then, we might get demonetized from our already baby channel, so we can't do this. So, Ohio State legend man Emeka Egbuka has been signed to your Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
No.
Shut up.
No.
It's a 4-year deal worth $18.1 million.
He's worth more than that.
Well, you also have to think. We still want to try to sign our other guy because only Benjamin Morrison is left from that draft class. That has he's the only one left that hasn't been signed yet. So I'm pretty excited.
That's a sign he might be.
I really hope not, because we need good defensive. But I like this deal so far. I mean, I would definitely want to see him in action, more or less because I'm excited to see what he does because I have seen some of his highlights from when he was with the Buckeyes, and he's a damn good receiver. And I mean, paired up with a guy
Jeremiah
like
Smith.
Baker Mayfield, I think he's gonna do pretty well. And our wide receiver room is stacked because we got Mike Evans, Godwin, and now we have Egbuka. I am so excited for this season. And also, I just want to mention one more thing. I think I already mentioned this, but I don't care. I still find it hilarious that the Browns drafted Mason Graham, a Michigan boy, which is a very, very interesting move.
Okay, Donovan People-Jones.
When you have the Buckeyes a few hours south, shut up. That's a daring move.
Okay, we got Donovan People-Jones. He was a great player, as much as I don't want to say that, considering what college he came from.
What college did he come from?
Team up north. Trust me, I was mad when we drafted him.
Do I have to keep renaming our darn podcast episodes? Say Michigan.
No.
Michigan State Tech Sports University place.
Heck, what? Whatever.
I am on bath salts.
So, speaking of the Bills from earlier, the Bills are the only team favored to win every game for the 2025 NFL season.
Wow.
So the Chiefs are favored to win every game except Week 9 against the Bills. This is how the Bills' schedule plays out. I want to hear your honest opinion. All right? I just want to hear you say win, loss, win, or yes, they win, no, they don't win. Okay? Baltimore versus Baltimore, I should say.
I think they'll come out on top.
At New York Jets.
Do I even need to say it?
No.
Good.
Versus Miami.
Oh, definitely win. Definitely.
Versus New Orleans.
Definitely win.
Versus
Win.
New England. At Atlanta.
Win.
Bye week. At Carolina.
Win.
Versus Kansas City. Hey, that's on my birthday.
Oh, really? Hey! I'm going to be honest. I'm a little concerned about that one. Casey has always had Buffalo's number, and
it's always been in the playoffs.
But also, that's what I'm considering. So I'm going to say the Bills are going to take that one.
All right. At Miami.
Win.
Versus Tampa Bay.
I'm going to be the only person in this bar that is going to be wearing a Tampa Bay jersey.
I'm
going to be honest. As much as it pains me to say it, I think Buffalo will win. But I'm going to be delusional. 9-8 Super Bowl for Tampa Bay. We're going to win. We're going to get them the Super Bowl.
Just wait until we get to Week 16. We got 5 more weeks. At Houston.
Houston?
That's going to be a tough one, too.
I think they could come out on top.
At Pittsburgh.
Oh, definitely win. Definitely win. I mean, what the heck are they going to do with quarterback?
Exactly.
That's the question.
Versus Cincinnati.
Ooh. That's
They
tough.
haven't been good the past couple of years.
I know, but Joe Burrow, man.
He's got to get better.
I'm gonna say Buffalo still. You just hate Joe Burrow because he plays in Cincy.
No.
Okay.
At New England.
Okay, I'm gonna be honest. They might blow this one because they might put in their secondary, just so that they can screw the Patriots out of the first pick. I'm kidding. They're gonna win. They're gonna win. Why not?
And this is the one that I was talking about, Week 16 at Cleveland.
You know.
Me and my mom are going to be like the only two in here with those jerseys on.
Hey, you'll know how it feels when I'm the only one in here with my Mayfield jersey. I don't know. I'll probably get my dad to my mom or my dad to wear their all-star. No, the all-star jersey is my mom's.
Versus
I
Philadelphia.
need to get her an Evans one. Versus Philly. I mean, Philly is pretty stacked, but
It's gonna that's the one that I think they're gonna have trouble with the most.
I'm gonna say Buffalo, but I believe it'll be a very close game. Something tells me that I'm gonna be eating crap on some of these.
Probably. And the final game.
New York, yeah, Buffalo
Jets.
wins. But Buffalo is literally the best team.
So,
ooh,
May 20th, how we spoke about a couple weeks ago about how Charles Woodson was looking to get a percentage of ownership. Well, it has been confirmed. He has been approved on the May 20th league meeting as he has become a limited partner to the ownership group of the Cleveland Browns.
wow.
And I've got some huge news in my opinion. NFL clubs have been approved for participation of NFL players. They will be allowed to play. So NFL player participation
in the Olympics.
In the Olympics.
You gotta say the Olympics.
The LA
Olympics. Like, oh my God, NFL players are allowed to play football? No way!
The Los Angeles 2028 Olympics. NFL player participation with their country's national flag football teams would begin with a tryout or qualification process in advance of the Olympic competition. The Olympic flag football competition will consist of 6 men's teams and 6 women's teams composed of 10 players per team, with the game itself a 5-on-5 format. Each participating country may select 1 player per NFL roster in addition to permitting each team's designated
expansion draft.
Yes,
Kind of
almost.
like an expansion draft. That's
In
cool.
addition to permitting each team's designated international player to play for his country. Olympic rosters will be selected by the respective countries' national federations. So this is just huge. Here are potential Olympic flag football dream team for the NFL for USA. On offense, QB, Jack Daniels. Jaden Daniels.
Are you? I'm sorry. We live in Tennessee, so the Tennessee / Ohio boy knows nothing but Jack Daniels.
He
knows the good alcohol.
Jaden Daniels at running back, you got Jahmyr Gibbs. At wide receivers, you've got Jamar Chase and Justin Jefferson.
Man.
And at center,
Brock
you got
Bowers?
Brock Bauer, the tight end at Brock Bauer.
You have that one guy from Oakland. I mean,
And then we move on to the defense. At defensive backs, you've got Pat Surtain II. You've got Travis Hunter,
who should have gone to Cleveland in his opinion.
At safeties, you've got Kyle Hamilton and Antoine Winfield Jr.
Buccaneers legend.
I wasn't giving away the teams.
My king.
At linebacker, you've got Micah Parsons. I want to see that team.
That would
I
be
think
insane.
The only one
That would be insane.
The only one I think I would change, I don't know, but I would say at least Jaden Daniels. I don't know who you could get, but I would change it.
I'd probably try to go KC. I'd probably try to go with Mahomes. I mean, yes, I think he's overrated, but at the same time, he's still one hell of a quarterback. I'm not.
Yep.
People be like, "Oh, he's better than Brady." He's not better than Brady, but I still don't think he's bad. He's good. I mean, I'd go with like Allen or something like that. But that's not to discount Daniels. He's an incredible player.
Awesome.
Like one of the best.
I'm surprised
offensive rookies in the history of the NFL.
I'm surprised Hurts isn't even considered on there.
Yeah.
Considering what he has done. I'm surprised Saquon Barkley isn't on there.
Yeah, but hey, so some unfortunate news though. The Chiefs still exist. And in other unfortunate news,
thank you.
The longtime owner of the Indianapolis Colts and CEO, Jim Irsay, has sadly passed away at the age of 65.
He was great. He was an awesome guy.
He's a great owner. That loss is going to be felt with the Colts. I mean, he was a great owner. He loved the Colts. I mean, that's like the best thing you can ask for from an owner. Because I mean, you have all these owners that are like, oh, we're only in it for the bottom line. We only care about money. Excuse me. Dan Snyder. You Cole Burrows. But, I mean, Jim Irsay, he lived and breathed football. That man loved the Colts. He loved everything about that organization. And it hurts to see this kind of thing happen. I hope he rests in peace. My sincerest condolences to his family and the Colts fan base. It's a hard loss to go through when... Oh, you're actually sneezing. Okay.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I mean, just great guy, great person for the city, and I hope that he rests in peace.
So, moving on to a little bit happier news, I should say.
It's the Seahawks. How happy can it be?
Jalen Milroe.
I'm kidding, they're cool.
The Seahawks have signed QB Jalen Milroe to a 4-year, $6.26 million contract.
Nice.
Thought it was going to be a little bit more.
Hey, you know what?
They had meetings. I think it was last week.
Oh, no.
Or a couple
Meetings?
weeks ago.
Oh, no. Sorry.
But the Lions have withdrawn their playoff reseeding proposal. Don't know why, but they have.
They done did it.
And in some good news,
huge news, big news. The league ultimately didn't ban the tush push, so I am very happy to see this. As annoying as it can be, come on, man, you can't get mad.
So there were 22 teams that voted to ban on it, and what was it? I think it was 22 to 2, 4, 6, 22 to 10 was the vote to ban versus not to ban.
Can I see the list?
I'll show you.
Oh, you're gonna read it.
I'm gonna read it. They needed 24 teams. They needed 75% to get there. So the teams that voted to not ban the tush push, Philadelphia Eagles.
No, really?
So
I never.
That's a shocker.
Known.
Baltimore Ravens, Cleveland Browns.
Oh, really?
Yes. Detroit Lions, Jacksonville Jaguars, New York Jets, New Orleans Saints, New England Patriots, Miami Dolphins, and Tennessee Titans. The teams that voted to ban it.
Who all suck, except for one.
I was about to say Arizona Cardinals, Atlanta Falcons, Buffalo Bills.
Really? Huh. I mean, didn't they try to do the tush push like 5 times, and that was how we got that giant controversy in the AFC last year?
Yeah.
Carolina first down.
Yep. Carolina Panthers, Chicago Bears,
Your Bears,
Cincinnati Bengals, Cowboys.
How about them Cowboys?
Green Bay Packers, Denver Broncos, Houston Texans, Las Vegas Raiders, Indianapolis Colts, Kansas City Chiefs, Los Angeles Rams, Los Angeles Chargers, Minnesota Vikings, New York Giants, Pittsburgh Steelers, San Francisco 49ers, Seattle Seahawks, Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
God, your breath smells like beer. And did you just flip me off?
No. And the Washington Commanders.
Did you? You just flip me off.
Yeah. But
you can't do that. There's a child probably watching.
It was covered by the mic.
No, it wasn't. It was like right here.
But the one team that he was talking about that doesn't suck is the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Yeah, and I mean, I gotta say, with Vita Vea and Desmond Watson, good luck. Like just try. I'm gonna just try to run the tush push when we got a guy who's like 400 pounds on defense.
Vince Wilfork?
What? The guy we just drafted.
That went right over your head. Look up his name after the episode, and you'll see what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
He was a big ball.
Oh, that guy.
Thank you.
I got it. No, I got it mixed up with something else. I couldn't tell because you just screamed something in my ear. It was like
Vince Wilfork. That's why I was joking.
Okay, yeah.
Because you said 400.
Yeah. We got a big boy, and I am so excited, bro. Try it, Philly. I beg you, please try. You will get destroyed. Your brain will become mush, and your kneecaps will be ours. We will have them in museums
we'll
as
see,
victims of those who tried to tush push against Vita Vea.
We'll see. Starting this season, the NFL is debuting a new end-of-season award, the Protector of the Year. The award will honor the best offensive lineman each season. Beginning this season, the winner will be selected by a panel of former offensive linemen. Not a bad decision.
Yeah.
This one, this is going to be a fun one for New Orleans. They have a three-way battle right now. QB Jake Hayner, part of a three-way competition to become the team's starting quarterback, suffered an oblique strain at the end of Wednesday's practice. This is back in May, like a couple weeks ago, and now is expected to miss a couple of weeks, so he might be back per league sources. Hayner likely will miss the remainder of OTAs, but is expected to be ready for the start of training camp.
New Orleans is a mess.
New Orleans, but
such a mess.
Going on to college football, I'll cover that last. Yeah, go.
Okay, so speaking of college football,
I was gonna say let's do college football last.
Oh, okay.
Because we're just gonna get through.
I still got some stuff for normal sports ball.
I should have probably told you Mason Graham.
All right, fine. I'll do it then. You egg.
I forgot.
Mason Graham of the Cleveland Clowns has reached an agreement today on his 4-year, fully guaranteed $40 million deal per his agents Ryan Matha, Joey Bag of Donuts, and Ryan Tallner. So I'm very interested to see how this is going to go.
Here's the funny part. It is basically a very specific number: $40,874,191.
I don't think either of us are ever going to see that much money.
No. Buddy, the only way I would get that amount of money is if I won the lottery.
Yeah. But unfortunately, just like your team, you have no such luck. Speaking of big signings, the Tennessee Titans have signed their first overall pick, starting goaltender Cam Ward. Quarterback Cam Ward. That joke is never going to die. I hope you know it's never going to die.
Knew you were going to say that.
But anyway, Cam Ward got signed to a 4-year, $48.7 million deal. And this includes a 5th-year option, as all first-round contracts do. I am very interested to see what Cam Ward does with Tennessee, because, after the horrible season with Will Levis, you cannot have that man as your starting quarterback unless you want to tank even harder. So I'm very excited to see Cam Ward in action. I really hope he does well, because, we're in Tennessee, and I think the Tennessee Titans doing good for once would be nice.
It would be. I'm going to rack off a couple of retirements that were announced today. Frank Ragnow, the Lions center, has announced his retirement from the NFL after 7 seasons. And another retirement, veteran cornerback Ronald Darby, who played 10 seasons and helped the Eagles with a win Super Bowl 52, informed the Houston Texans that he is retiring from the NFL. And that both of those were as of earlier today. Moving on to college football. This is going to be a fun one.
Yeah.
First off, the 12-team college football playoff will move to a straight seeding model this fall, rewarding the selection committee's top 4 teams and not automatically the highest-ranked conference champs, with the top 4 seeds and a first-round bye. So how it would have been, Tennessee would not have gotten their butts whooped by Ohio State if they would have done the straight seeding this year. We would have had to have played Arizona State, if I looked at it correctly.
Just move on, will you?
Hey, I'm just saying.
Okay.
But speaking of SEC teams.
Speaking of SEC teams, some big news that I hate everyone for. SEC schools will now be fined $500,000 every time fans storm a field or court. The home team will automatically be fined for that much, in place of the SEC's escalating scale that began at $100,000 for a first offense. I feel like this started off because of partially because Tennessee ripped out their goalpost and threw it in the river, And then afterwards, you had Vanderbilt doing the exact same thing in Nashville. And I think they're just like, all right, look, this has been happening way too much. Let's take about 5 to 10% off of their Squirrely Dan. But it's crazy. So I don't like it, but at the same time, I do understand why. But whatever, screw you. It's fine. I hate it.
But I think
everybody sucks. Sportsball, go Sportsball.
I'm looking at this, and I think this is something pretty big in my opinion. The college football head coach legend Mike Leach will become Hall of Fame eligible due to a rule change. And this is huge because of this. So, the College Football Hall of Fame will lower win percentage in 2027 for coaches from a 60 to a 59.5% win percentage. That is huge.
Yeah.
Which will make the former Mississippi State, Texas Tech, and Washington State coach eligible to join the Hall of Fame.
Honestly, I think you should get it. I mean, what a coach.
He was amazing. Even though he didn't have great seasons, he still was a great coach. Yeah. I hope he gets that in 2027. He better be a first-year ballot.
Absolutely. I mean, he was such a great coach. He did such good for all of those schools. Like, if you look, at his prime, you couldn't get better.
If you look at other ones as well, for me, in my opinion, if you look at other ones, could be other coaches that you could put in there that may have had that 59.5 win percentage. So we just have to see who they're going to announce. Hopefully, I will catch that at some point.
So the last thing that I got for football, The Athletic recently ranked their top 25 college football players of the 2000s, and at number 1, they had Cam Newton.
Huh?
Of the 2000s, they had Cam Newton, and this is really one of the lists of all time.
Where's Vince? Where's Vince Young?
Vince Young, he is at 7. And going further back, you got Reggie Bush at number 2.
That I can understand.
Don't even want to. Demukong.
The Dominican Sue.
Him too. He was pretty good, and he's at number 3. Joe Burrow at number 4. I'm surprised Joe Burrow isn't up higher. I mean,
I'd put him top 5. I don't think he is top 3.
Okay, that's fair. Lamar Jackson at number 5.
Should be a little bit lower.
Maybe, whatever. Ed Reed just going a little further down, you got guys like Ed Reed at number 6, Vince Young at 7, Larry Fitzgerald at 11, Andrew Luck at 12, Baker Mayfield, Buccaneers and Browns legend, at number 14, and going even further back, it's crazy because he's losing his mind. There's a lot. Like Christian McCaffrey at 17, Jane Daniels at 21. Sean Taylor at 22. Hold on, rest in peace, Sean Taylor, though.
Yes.
And then the last player from the Buckeyes at number 16. Bro is tweaking.
Hold on a minute. No. Because those are post 2000s. If you're going 2000s is from 2000 to 2009. 2010s is a different decade. 2020s is a different area. So that is technically incorrect. It is 2000s to current.
Can we talk about basketball now?
Yes, please, before I lose my mind.
Cam Newton was awesome. All right, so in other sports ball news, starting off, go Cavs, because even though we suck and we lost and all that depression, Evan Mobley made the first team all defense.
So yes.
So yay.
Along with 3 others, you've got Amen Thompson from the Houston Rockets. You've got LeGuence Dort.
That's a legendary last name.
From Dort. OKC. You've got Dyson Daniels from Atlanta Hawks. And I don't know how he's on here. You got Draymond Green from the Golden State Warriors.
Oh, hey, you want to hear my Draymond Green impression?
Go ahead. Oh. Okay, maybe wait until I put my damn phone down.
What? You said you wanted to hear my Draymond Green. I swear, this guy is so unappreciative. Oh, are you okay? Are you fine?
Let me just Cronwall you back into that wall.
Hey, we're talking about basketball. We'll get to Cronwall.
Let me just Draymond you into that wall.
There you go. Wait a minute, what?
I wouldn't do it.
That was really sad. Anyway, okay. I'm sorry.
Moving on to the 2024 NBA All-Rookie teams. First team is Stephon Castle, Zachary Rissaker, I think that's how you say it, Jalen Wells, Zach Edey, no shock to that, and Alex Sarr. For the second team is Matas Buzelis, Bub, really?
Bub.
Carrington, Donovan Klingen.
His name is Klingon because he's from Star Trek.
You son of a gun. Kal-El Ware and Yves Missy.
Kal-El? Is this Superman too? God,
I guess so.
look at all the pop culture.
Let's start, and now the All-NBA team.
All right,
Let's start off with the third team.
So starting for the All-NBA third team, Cade Cunningham from the Pistons. No surprise. I mean, he had a great season. Tyrese Haliburton.
Should not be on there.
Why not?
He's not that good. He just got lucky in the playoffs. He is not that good. He blew up in the playoffs. He is not that good. No, I refuse to admit that.
Okay, buddy. Look, I love the Cavs. I like the Cavs just as much as not as much as you do, but I still like them. But even I say Tyrese Haliburton was good. Let's move on.
Even that guy
James Harden. He of the legendary beard.
Yeah, the beard.
Not as good as Joe Thornton, in my opinion. Karl Anthony Towns of the Knicks.
He deserves to be higher up, in my opinion.
And Jalen Williams of the OKC Thunder.
Could have been there.
Next up for the All-NBA second team, you got Anthony Edwards from the Timberwolves. Steph Curry of Golden State. The fact that Steph Curry is still producing with how old he is awesome.
But he wasn't as good he hasn't been as good this past couple of seasons. So that's why I think he deserves the second team, and that's where I think he should stay.
The next player on the second team is LeBron James. I'm surprised we haven't made that joke yet in the series. Like we always talk about. So yeah, we got the flop man himself, LeBron. Then we got all the LeBron sexuals are gonna come beat us up. Then Jalen Brunson of the New York Knicks, and of course the great king of the Cleveland Cavaliers, man, Evan Mobley, my boy
from the defense.
Let's go. And then on the first All-NBA first team, this honestly
all five do not shock me.
Oh, yeah.
How well they did this season, despite one of them not having the best season and another one having a season-ending injury, which sucked. Well, I think it's season-ending, but...
All right. So,
I'll explain later.
We got Donovan Mitchell of the Cavs. What up?
Why didn't you do that one last? Save the best for last.
I am, because I have a thing about that guy, so shut up. Then Jason Tatum, I mean, not surprised. Still hate the Celtics. Giannis, still don't want to pronounce his name.
Antetokounmpo.
There
you go. You got it.
Giannis
Just do it like Shaq does it.
Antetokounmpo. Adrian Kempe. Giannis Antetokounmpo. Then wrong sport, damn it. Then Nikola Jokic of the Nuggets. Good. Job is done. We can go home now. Bro, I heard somebody say he's got the reverse Mamba mentality, and that had me wheezing. And then the last player on the first team, no surprise, Shai
Gilgeous Alexander.
SGA is on the number one team, and speaking of SGA, he won the NBA MVP in 2025.
This is
honestly, I'm not shocked.
I would say that. But if you look back at his history and you look back at what happened in the Western Conference Finals, he is nothing but a flop man. Getting
LeBron,
fouled.
but,
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. He does not deserve that MVP award. In my opinion, I'm sticking to that, and I will stick to it to this day. He did not deserve that MVP award. He has not played his best. Donovan Mitchell should have been considered for that. He played even better than Shea. But I'm going to leave it at that. I'm done.
This guy. But yeah, I mean, I still think he played. I still think he had one hell of a season. I mean, he rose up really great and kicked so much ass. Great player. And yeah, so that's my opinion. That's my opinion.
I know.
But moving on, so the NBA Finals are officially set. We have the Indiana Pacers facing off against the OKC Thunder. People aren't happy about it. But I don't care. Dude.
I wish
awesome.
the curse would have still been alive.
So,
Reggie, if you don't know the curse.
No, it's okay. The curse for New York is still a thing. Cause
yes.
What, you want to put, it's like the bit from Family Guy where he's like, you're going to watch me piss away 20 grand. What, are you going to bet on the Knicks? Ah!
I just saw that earlier.
Yeah, the meme from Disney, too.
But what I'm talking about with the curse.
Oh,
is
yeah!
Back in I believe it was the late 90s. I believe it was the 1994. Reggie Miller and Spike Lee got into it. Reggie Miller did a choke sign, and they did not win or advance that time. Tyrese Halliburton, I believe it was game 2, he did the choke sign.
Were they both against?
I think so. I could be wrong.
They're correct.
But, unfortunately, that curse did not stay alive.
Yeah.
We'll have to see what happens next time. In my opinion,
excited.
I am rooting for OKC to win this. I
Yeah.
don't want Indiana to win this at all. As much as I usually root for the Eastern Conference team, I refuse to root for the Indiana Pacers. They got lucky in the postseason.
Dude, I like the Cavs, and even I know that we were beaten, so just chill. So, in
Game
my
2.
opinion, okay, so I like, we don't technically get a first championship for both teams because if OKC wins, it'll be their first.
That's their first.
Technically, from the move since Seattle, but if Indiana gets it, that's their first. That's their first ring overall. So I'm excited. I'm hoping for a great finals.
Hopefully better than what we've seen in the playoffs.
Yeah,
as far as official.
Yeah, because the NBA playoffs have kind of become known for their absolute lack of parity because it's usually Celtics, Lakers, Warriors, and Cavs in the 2010s. And nowadays, it just still feels like we don't have that much parity. I mean, we had a good finals with the Bucks and the Suns. I thought that was a pretty dope series.
Bucks. I would say the one with the Denver Nuggets in it.
Was an awesome series.
I was going to say that one's a little bit better.
Yeah, I was going to bring that one up too. That was awesome. Just
so,
if nothing else, just for Jokic being like, how do you feel? You're a champion. Good. So I can go home now.
So going back to I believe it's a 5-time champion, LeBron James.
I think 4?
2 with Miami, 1 with Cleveland. Oh, you're right.
Yeah. Because I was thinking of the one in LA, and then he got one in Cleveland with y'all.
Yeah, 1 in Cleveland, 2 in Miami. LeBron, Ohio State's Board of Trustees is to award LeBron James with an honorary doctorate of, get this, public service degree.
What?
So
Okay.
here's the explanation. The reason why is because of his impact in Akron and communities as well across the United States.
Okay, I can actually see that.
So and of course, I think we have a new
degree.
I think we have a new nickname for him.
Have you seen Who Follows You on Instagram? And then whenever they have a meme about LeBron James, like, watch this, LeSon, it's rigged.
I have not.
LeSon.
Going back to the Western Conference Finals, I should say, the Anthony Edwards was fined, and I say was fined, $50,000 for using profane language during a media interview following the Timberwolves' loss to the Thunder in Game 1.
What if he said, "Aw, shucks"?
So the words I heard,
Don't
somebody,
repeat it.
I'm not going to, but it's crazy. Oh, I have the voting results for the MVP.
Oh, there they are.
So,
because I thought I had them, but I was like, oh no, where'd they go?
Poor Giannis. Let's go back to the MVP. Poor Giannis Antetokounmpo. All 88 votes were for him to get third place. Nikola Jokic had 21 or 29 votes for first place and 71 votes for second place.
It's okay, he can go home now.
And for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander got 71 votes for first place and 29 votes for second. And when you look at it, Donovan Mitchell is fifth he had 60 votes. He had 60 votes for fifth place, 3 votes for fourth place, and 1 vote for third place. So that puts him at 74. The next person in front of him, Jason Tatum. Look at the difference.
Wow.
Don't know how, but it's crazy.
Speaking of fines, because you had that one earlier.
Yes.
Draymond Green has lost over $4 million in fines and suspensions.
Buddy, just retire.
My man just needs to be like, okay, maybe I should just, I don't know, not be insane. So
I'll let you cover
some
this one.
other news for Denver. Russell Westbrook, he of being infinitely hated by Los Angeles, underwent surgery this morning on his right hand. He announced on his blog.
That was about a week ago.
Yes.
About a week ago.
You can leave now.
Sorry.
The door is over there.
Now.
You can go home now.
So this one was breaking about 7 hours ago. Unfortunately, this is
no,
really going to make this made both of us mad.
No.
So the Phoenix Suns have narrowed their head coaching search to 2 finalists from the Cleveland Cavaliers: associate coach Johnny Bryant and assistant Jordan Ott. I am praying that both of them do not take up that position, because they don't need to go from a great team to a horrible team right now. They don't need that.
Please, no.
Stay where you're at.
Don't make
You
me go
will
back
be-
to bandwagoning for the Magic, please.
You will be a champion at some point. You didn't have it this year, but you will be a champion at some point. Stay with the team.
Yeah, let's hope.
And then I will let you cover this one. This is the final one that I have for the NBA.
Yeah, I have nothing else either. The Utah Jazz are hiring Boston Celtics assistant general manager Austin Ainge.
I want to say Ainge.
Austin Ainge, some guy named Austin, as the franchise's president of basketball operations. Ooh, that's an interesting move.
Yeah, that's a
I think it could work well for Utah. I mean, Utah had a god-awful season this year. So, I think this could definitely, help. So, moving on to the NHL, and
let's go through some other stuff before you get to your rant.
Okay, but
Please.
I just know, folks, if y'all follow us on Instagram, you really should. It's pretty cool.
So,
You guys know I got a bone to pick with this team.
So, first off, I'm going to cover the winner of the Mark Messier NHL Leadership Award is none other than the Great 8, Alex Ovechkin.
Alex Ovechkin?
I said Alex Ovechkin.
Oh, I thought you said Alex Ovechkin. I was like, are you? Okay. But, yeah, I mean,
undoubtedly.
Not unbelievable. I mean, Alex Ovechkin, he's been one of the best captains in the league for God knows how long. I mean, come on, man. It's the Great 8. Then the Jim Gregory Award goes to the best general manager, and that's split between 3 teams. Bill Zito of the Panthers, don't think he's getting it because he said some not savory things on Twitter. Jim Nill of the Dallas Stars, I think he has a good shot. I mean, it's Jim Nill, man. Come on. And then Kevin Cheveldayoff of the Winnipeg Jets. Interesting move, I gotta say. I mean, he's been a good. I think Jim Nill's taking it, especially with the Rantanen trade. I mean, for God's sake, that was unbelievable pick. So then Matthew Darch of your Tampa Bay Lightning has been hired as the new general manager in Long Island. As a Tampa fan, I actually think this is pretty cool. Matthew Darch was good. He was a good assistant manager to JBD.
Watch, like, and subscribe.
We were getting there.
And hit that bell for notifications.
Thank you, Dad. That's my dad. Okay, cool.
Moving on.
Out of nowhere. But yeah, so I think that's a pretty good move. Lou Lamoriello was not a good general manager on Long Island. But, and speaking of the Grade 8, some huge news.
Oh, yes.
After the end of the 2025-2026 season, Alex Ovechkin, the Grade 8, will be hanging up the skates. Now, this was a very interesting process because I heard it was false, I heard it was true, I heard it was false, I heard it was true. Somebody said no, it's false, and then his wife said no, it's true. It's because she doesn't want Backstrom on his life insurance policy. If you understand that joke, then you're a legend.
But
what then?
The one thing is, the reason why a lot of people thought it was false is because there was rumors saying that it came from a fan that somehow, or somebody that had got
the email
for the trainer or whoever, or not the trainer, but the office and everything.
Yeah.
But it has been confirmed. We have confirmed it now. So whoa. Hello.
Wow.
Going back to the NFL real quick. This is just breaking news
Yeah,
as it
just
happened.
came in from Adam
Eagle-
Schefter.
So Eagles now officially have agreed to trade defensive end Bryce Huff to the San Francisco 49ers for a 2026 mid-round draft pick.
Wow.
Pending a physical.
That's
So
crazy.
now back to NHL. Let's talk about this team first. I want to cover something.
Wait. Oh, wait. We're talking about.
Oh, you got more?
Oh yeah, I have a lot.
Okay,
more. No,
go.
I want to say I want to save my rant for last because trust me, I'm going to cover that. I'm going to cover everything. I'm going to get mad because somehow.
So
let's get to yapping, boys. So according to an article from no, I already talked about that.
Thank you.
Shut up. I have the memory of a goldfish on like drugs or something.
What's 2 plus 2?
North Dakota.
What's 3 plus 3?
Jimmy Hoffa.
Talk.
So Jeff Blashill is finally gone from Tampa. Woohoo! Let's go! This is our chance to win the cup now. So Jeff Blashill has gone off to become the head coach of the Chicago Blackhawks. So expect even more tanking. Blashill was not very good, and Tampa's practically like having a parade already. Start the boats, baby! We're having it in the ocean. Seriously, like we had boat parades for winning the cup and the Super Bowl. I love Tampa. I love it. I love it so much. This also coming up next season. There's going to be a lot of interesting events going on. So. Tampa and Florida are both getting outdoor games, which I'm going to with a friend of mine, and it's going to be awesome. Hopefully, yeah. Sadly.
It's not me.
It's okay. I'll send you pictures. I'll even get signed cards for you so you can sell them. I'm kidding. Those are all mine. So they will be facing off against the Boston Bruins at Raymond James Stadium, home of your Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and then the Florida Panthers will be playing against the New York Rangers. I think at Hard Rock.
It's going to be Miami at Hard Rock.
Yeah, Hard Rock. Yeah. So then there are going to be 4 teams having a bit of a rebrand. So I think there's going to be like new sweaters or changing logos. I think changing logos.
Boston doesn't need to change.
Boston, Utah, obviously. St. Louis and Carolina. Carolina's logo is kind of iffy in my opinion. I don't see why they have to change St. Louis's. I mean, it's so iconic.
So
Boston, really?
So the 3 that I would say that don't need a change is St. Louis, Carolina, and Boston. Those are the 3.
Agreed.
Utah, you obviously have to because of the
you can't just say it's a hockey club.
But at the same, like the Boston Bruins one, it's been the B for years. Since the beginning.
They're gonna just do like something a little bit different with the B. They're not gonna like completely change the logo.
But still, you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, I get what you mean.
And the Hurricanes,
it's just like they're not gonna completely change the B. They're not gonna get rid of it because I mean they're dumb, but they're not stupid. I get what you mean.
And the Hurricanes, it's iconic scene. It's iconic seeing that logo. So, but that's just
they're
me.
probably just gonna like do something different with like the one with the hockey stick and the hurricane flags. But
I'd love that.
Ottawa, Pittsburgh, Edmonton, and Seattle are all getting new alternate sweaters. And it is going to be the team anniversary of the Columbus Blue Jackets, the Minnesota Wild, and the Colorado Avalanche.
I can't wait to see what that is. I still need to get my sweater from the stadium.
Yeah, because for those about to rock,
we salute you.
Oh, you're supposed to say fire. We'll do it again. Do it again. I'm kidding.
We'll do it live.
The amount of times that I've said that before we start film is kind of hilarious. We'll do it live.
That's why
I'll write it. I will do it. This thing sucks. So, moving on a bit. So there's an interesting statistic that came out of who has the most playoff wins since the year 2000. And there are 6 spots here. Number 6, you have the Dallas Stars at number 6. No, with 200 playoff wins. The San Jose Sharks at 204 playoff wins. Playoff game wins since 2000, which is crazy considering the fact that they are horrible now, but they were moving pretty well back in the 2010s. Like, I mean, they made it to the Cup final. And then you have the Boston Bruins at 208. I almost said 2008. God no. 208 playoff game wins, and that makes sense. Then at number 3, it is your Tampa Bay Lightning at 218.
Just behind.
Yeah, we got them 3 cups. And
just behind who?
The Pittsburgh Penguins, who also have 3 cups since the year 2000 at 219, literally 1 game away. But there's somebody that has more playoff wins. You want to know who it is? It's no joke. They have been putting this man up, Corey Perry. Corey Perry, who has 1 Stanley Cup to his name in 2007. He might get another one, but we'll get to that. At 230 playoff game wins. And some of those were with a team, you might have heard of them, in Tampa Bay. So what do you think about him going to Columbus? Should he go to Columbus? What if he went to the Blue Jackets?
We'll see how it goes.
Yeah,
if he does.
He said that he has a lot of time left, but we'll have to see.
He's got a lot.
Yeah, so then, of course, after the pretty underwhelming season for Detroit, there's been a lot of talk. Vladimir Tarasenko has been talking about how he's just not happy with his arrangement in Detroit, and he has 1 year left on a 2-year deal. It makes sense. I mean, he is very much a he's a bit of a veteran player now, and he didn't have a great year with the Red Wings, and overall the Red Wings just had a pretty bad season. Yeah. So it's possible we could see him somewhere else. Also, the Philadelphia Flyers have re-signed young player Tyson Forster to a 2-year, $3.75 million contract extension. I think this is a great move. Tyson Forster, I mean, the Flyers didn't have a great season, but Forster was definitely a bright spot, and the team is starting to get young, so I think this is a great move. You want to re-sign you want to re-sign the youth so that you can keep building and building and building to something better, and he's a sign of good things to come. But here's something that's not a sign of good things to come. I'm rapid firing here if you can't tell. Lane Lambert of the Seattle Kraken is officially the new head coach of Seattle Kraken. I misworded that. But now he's head coach, and I think that this is a terrible idea. The Kraken are absolutely cooked.
We'll find out.
He's not. My dad's a Lightning fan. What the hell? So he's a good assistant coach, but he didn't work at all in New York with the Islanders. So I don't know. Maybe he'll find his footing in Seattle.
We'll see.
We'll have to see. And some other news: up to a quarter of the Buffalo Sabres roster is extremely unhappy with the organization, which, and so in other words, grass is green. Yeah.
Moving on.
Also, the Tampa Bay Lightning have re-signed Yanni Gourde to a $2.33 million 6-year contract extension. Now, here's the thing. I like this deal. I think it's cool. He's not what he used to be in Tampa, but I do think that re-signing him is good. But for 6 years? I don't know about having him around for 6 years, because he's on the wrong side of 30, and he hasn't been playing for us as long, but But I don't know. I'm open to seeing it because I love Yanni Gourde. Also, Jesper Fast, the 2010 7th round pick, has officially retired. He of playing really good hockey, I guess. Sometimes he's pretty good. But unfortunately, it came from a career-ending neck injury. I wish the best for him in retirement. Sucks he couldn't get a cup, but that's just how it do be. So I got things to say.
Hey, let's talk about who is in the Stanley Cup Finals.
Yeah. Let's talk about
and
that.
I will cover a couple of things, and then I'm going to step away and let you have the mic for the certain amount of time because I
Yeah.
know you want this episode. You want this one time just to yourself. So the final two teams in the finals
Here we are.
the Florida Panthers and
the Edmonton Oilers. Now, this is the first time since 2009 that we have had that we basically had a repeat in the Stanley Cup Finals, like a repeat of the two teams, because the last time we had this was 2008 and 2009 with the Detroit Red Wings and the Pittsburgh Penguins. The Red Wings won it in 2008 in 6 games, and the Pittsburgh Penguins won it in 2009 in 7 games. Then before that, hold on, I had it somewhere. Before we had that, there was, I believe in the 80s, it was the New York Islanders. Yeah, it was the New York Islanders in 1983 versus the Edmonton Oilers. Ironic. And the Islanders won it in 4 games. They swept. And then the year afterwards, it was the Oilers who won it. That was Gretzky's very first Stanley Cup. So this is the first time that we've had a rematch in the Cup Finals since 2009. So I'm really excited.
Huge.
I'm very excited for
good.
this. I think it's going to be a great series. I think Edmonton's going to take it. As much as I do think Florida's a great team, I think Edmonton has really stacked themselves up. It's all really going to come down to Stuart Skinner, in my opinion.
But at the same time, Florida did not touch their conference final title.
The trophy, the Prince of Wales trophy,
And
the Clarence C. Campbell Bowl, the Oilers.
Edmonton touched it. If you don't know, the curse is if you touch the trophy. And that's
kind
not
of,
just
kind of. There's like it fluctuates.
certain.
It fluctuates.
If you touch it before it is handed to you, I believe it technically is.
Yeah.
If you touch it before it is handed to you, if it's on the stand, you touch it, you are cursed to not win the Stanley Cup. Florida had that happen, 2 years ago?
I think. Yeah.
Yes, it was 2 years ago, 2023. Last year, they didn't touch it. They won the championship. This year, Edmonton touches it. Florida doesn't touch it again.
I believe it's different for each trophy, but I don't remember.
But as I saw a video of Edmonton's fans reacting, they were none too happy with him touching it.
Yeah, well, you never know.
We'll see how it goes.
And also an interesting stat, Jaromir Jagr, he of being the oldest freaking guy to ever exist that plays hockey, I'm kidding, of course, has had a former teammate reach the Cup Finals for 45 straight seasons.
Who was it this year?
Alexander Barkov, because
Oh
he
my
played for the
gosh.
Florida Panthers. So, and this is counting both in the NHL and the Olympics. So he had Barkov for the past few seasons. In 2022, he had Andre Palat, Lightning legend, for in the Olympics. He had other guys. Like, I'm not going to name everybody because it's a long,
There is a long
list. It is a very long list.
And we got to get
guys like Lemieux,
Now let's-
Messier, Trottier, all them. So I'm not going to name it. But
do you want to get to your rant?
I'm getting there. But also, this is interesting because a Florida team has reached the Stanley Cup final each year for the past 6 years. 2020, 2021, and 2022 were all the Tampa Bay Lightning, and now it's 2023, 2024, and 2025 for the Florida Panthers. Now, hockey fans aren't too happy about this because they're all elitist scumbags who think hockey doesn't belong in Florida because players aren't from there, while conveniently forgetting that the Hughes brothers are from there. Oh, well, it's too hot. Okay, so what? It still works. And
You better hope it's cold in
I
January.
I absolutely despise the fact that people say this, because it's like people want the sport to grow so that there's more viewership, but then they get mad when they go to other sports, when they go to other cities and stuff like that. It's like it's really annoying. And I mean, Tampa has been getting crap for it for years, and Florida was on the verge of relocation for years, and so it's like, just say that you want to complain. And of course, a lot of them are coming from Canada because whatever. But yeah, so that annoys me. But what do I know? I just work here. So
Hold on. Let me start off first. If you're getting to your rant.
Oh, are you going to talk about that?
Yes.
I'm going to get into that. Trust me, I'm getting into that.
Alrighty. So
that's
now, this is a spot where Owen gets to do his rant.
Because you got to do yours about the refs.
I did. So this time, Just like he sat back, I'm going to step away, let him have the mic. I'm going to let him have the camera.
But wait, actually, sorry, one more thing.
Golly.
Team USA is winning a lot.
Yes, they are.
They won the World Hockey Championship recently, breaking I believe a 94-year curse, and then the women's team won it. We won in World Juniors, and now sled hockey, which is essentially for people that can't walk, and so they like kind of go like this. It's really cool. Like, it is unironically really fun to watch. So, I mean, that's Team USA hockey, baby. Let's go. I got the gold medal thing from the Olympics because this is not Miracle on Ice.
All right. So now is the time where I'm going to step away. Owen, mic is yours.
I mean, you don't have to completely leave. You can like sit next to me.
I'm just going over a while.
The Toronto Maple Leafs recently lost the Game 7. Just get this right here against Florida.
You can hold it to you.
And here's the thing, Ron knows this. Anybody who knows me that also knows hockey knows this. The Toronto Maple Leafs are my least favorite team. I hate them. I think they're overrated. I think they're regular season merchants. I think their fans are obnoxious. But this is bordering like insanity. This is not acceptable. What is this team doing? For like all year, they are like, oh, this is our year. This is our year. We're going to win the cup. I mean, Matthew's scoring a lot. I genuinely do not think the Leafs are ever going to win it ever again if they keep up with what they're doing. What is with this core four? What is going on with them? All I was hearing all year is it's the Leafs' year. Matthews captain, Mitch Marner. What is it? Like, okay, Ron, I actually do have questions to ask you here and there.
Right. So
just come over. Just come to me.
I'll come back. Phrasing.
Just come here. Also, so what? I am struggling to find words to describe how annoying this is. The Toronto Maple Leafs lost 6-1 in their home turf to the Florida Panthers. And I think this proves one thing. Toronto does not have nearly enough to win. The Toronto Maple Leafs have lost the past several Game 7s already. They have lost in Game 7 since 2013. They lost to the Bruins in 2013. They lost to the Bruins in 2018 and 19. Then they lost to Montreal in a Game 7 in 2021. They lost to Tampa Bay in a Game 7 in 2022. Then they lost to Boston in 2024 in a Game 7. And now they've lost to the Panthers. And the worst thing is that I genuinely do not know what the Leafs do. At the end of the day, I think it comes down to their core four. Matthews didn't show up. Marner didn't show up. William Nylander was barely able to do anything. Johnny T, what was he doing? I want to start with Matthews. Matthews, I never want to hear that this man is the best player in the NHL ever again. Never. You want to know something? Right. Who are some of the best players in the NHL? Name your three.
Alex Ovechkin. Definitely the great one, Wayne Gretzky.
Oh, no, I'm talking about NHL right now, not
right
overall.
Now? Ooh. I would almost have to go, Alex Ovechkin still. Because technically he's still in. I would definitely have to thank Connor McDavid. He is a great player no matter what. There's other ones that I could go with. I don't know if I could go down. I would go down to probably, oh God, I can't remember his name now, and he was the goalie for USA.
Hellebuck?
Hellebuck, yes.
Okay, well, so I'm just going to stick with skaters, but those are good picks. So, if you look at most lists, four of the best players in the NHL, McDavid, Draisaitl, McKinnon, and Kucherov. Here's the thing. I've heard Leaf fans say, Matthews is better because he gets a lot of goals. You want to know the reason why people say that McDavid's the best? You want to know the reason why people say Leon is the best, or Mack Truck, or Cooch? Because these men show up. I know Kucherov struggled. I know. I get it. I get that he struggled a lot in the past two postseasons because he's got that Art Ross curse. When he was in his cup form, you could not stop this man. So I'm just going to go over a couple stats for you. Connor McDavid, in 90 games played in the playoffs,
43 goals, 100 assists, and 143 points. Leon Draisaitl in the playoffs in 90 games played, ironic. 48 goals, 85 assists, and 133 points. Then Mack Truck. Next up, McKinnon. You got 95 goals. 95 games played. 55 goals, 70 assists, and 125 points. Nikita Kucherov in 152 games played in the playoffs. Tampa Bay, baby. 53 goals, 118 assists. Jesus, 118 assists. How about that? And 171 points. What about Matthews? What about the this so-called amazing NHL player? In 68 playoff games, 26 goals, only 2 in the second round. No, just one. Just one goal in the second round. 26
goals, 33 assists.
26 goals, 33 assists, and 59 points.
It's
Austin,
not.
and I honestly do not know why the hell they gave this man the captain. Austin Matthews is not a good captain. He is not. Oh, well, he scores a lot of goals. Okay, you want to know the reason why guys like Gretzky and Gordy and Lemieux and Ovi and Crosby and all of them got the captaincy?
Tennessee's playing at the time we're watching this.
You want to know the reason why those guys got the captaincy while they still scored high goals? Because they were leaders. Matthews is not a leader. When he lost, you want to know what he said? He was like, we had too many passengers, while acting like he wasn't the problem. He was not one of the major problems. He didn't score in the second round. He barely played well. He was supposedly a great defensive specialist. Oh, well, he plays good defense. He's not a defenseman. He's a center. What? Get your hands off me. This is my time.
I know.
He is a center. He is not a defenseman. If he is such a good defenseman, put him on the back end with Riley. Or just get rid of Riley because he sucked too. Put him on the back end if he's such a great defenseman that scores a lot of goals. Paul Coffey can do it. Why not him? And Mitch Marner needs to go absolutely. Like, there is no way this man is getting any of the money that he's asking for. Mitch Marner has been an absolute disaster. He was giving up so many goals. He was giving up so many passes and so much. And he too cannot take accountability. He was agreeing with Matthews on the whole, there are too many passenger statement, when he's basically passenger princess with the frickin' aux cord playing Sabrina Carpenter on the damn radio.
Alright.
He's not a good, and he went to the bench yelling, wake the F up in the first period. Acting like he hasn't been in a coma since the postseason started. He has only 13 goals in his entire playoff career. Isn't that insane? 13 goals, like he's going to be getting a lot of money. He does not deserve the money that he is being offered, or that he's even asking for. He's gone. There is no way they bring him back. None at all. There is no accountability with this roster. None. They can't. Matthews is injured. That's the excuse every year.
Every time.
Every time. Last year, it was because he had a tummy ache. This year, it's because his wrist is hurting. Players play through injuries 9 times out of 10. Bergeron played through like a broken leg, I think. I think it was him. Jumbo Joe Thornton played through a torn ACL and MLC.
I don't know how he did that.
Greg Campbell, I believe, played through a collapsed lung. Duncan Keith, in 2013, when he won the Cup with Chicago, lost 7 teeth. But Matthews' wrist kind of hurts a little bit. Oh, or maybe he just has a stomach ache. Maybe, I'm just going to say it, maybe he's just not a great friggin' hockey player. Maybe he's just a regular season merchant, because that's what they are. The Leafs are regular season merchants. I don't care if Matthews scores like 60 goals in a season. I don't care if he's great defensively. It doesn't matter when you're not a playoff performer. Going back to Kucherov and McKinnon and McDavid, they show up in the playoffs. They're all amazing playoff performers. That's the reason why they're looked at as the best. Matthews, I don't think he's going to be looked at as the best anytime soon unless he steps the hell up in the postseason. And looking at it even further, there are guys that had way more goals than both Mitch and Matthews combined in one postseason alone. Sam Bennett and Mikko Rantanen. Rantanen went on a run for the ages this year with Dallas. He had 9 goals in 18 games played. And he was a monster in Dallas. He did that against his own team. Against his former team in the Avalanche. Sam Bennett, 17 games, 10 goals. Sadly, some of those against my team, but somebody tell Scarlett I don't give a damn. The only player, and another horrible thing is that the goaltending for the Leafs was solid for once. Like, over the past few years, they've had to struggle with Samsonov, with Freddie Anderson being bad, and not able to play well in the clutch. You had Jack Campbell completely falling off the face of a map. And now they have solid goaltending with Stolars and Woll. I feel so bad for them because Stolars got hurt, and then Woll came in and he played spectacularly. But they still lost. The only players that didn't give a damn that even seemed to care outside of the core 4 were Matthew Knies and Max Domi. They were able to drive the puck and get it in the net. Outside of Nylander, I don't see what the heck the core 4 is going to be doing. Matthews, the fans want Matthews dead. Marner is gone. He's probably going to Chicago or Utah or even the Blue Jackets. I've heard the Blue Jackets. And there's a possibility that Tavares is gone if he doesn't take a pay cut. At the end of the day, the Leafs are cooking themselves alive. Brendan Shanahan is already gone. He's already gone. They're not renewing him. He's been talking with the Islanders and stuff like that. With the Islanders. The Leafs have had like as many playoff wins with Tavares as the Islanders had with him gone. And that will never not make me chuckle. At the end of the day, they need to completely blow this roster up. I don't even care anymore. Because what's going to happen if they keep this up? They're just going to keep tanking and tanking and tanking. And be like, oh, well, they're good in the regular season. The regular season doesn't matter if you can't perform. Well, Matthew's going to leave it. Mitch Marner just got stressed. If you can't handle the heat, you shouldn't be anywhere near the kitchen. That's the point that I want to make here. I don't see how they don't blow this up. They need to keep the goaltending around. But outside of that, what is there to even want to fix? Even Drake bet $1 million, no joke, Drake bet $1 million that the Leafs would win in Game 7. So you know what, maybe just, go laugh at Drake or whatever, but all that aside, even Brad Marchand was still scoring on them with the Panthers. You can take the man out of Boston. You can't take Boston out of the man. They are still, they are phantom in, we still own you. And what's worse is that, you know what team that has had more playoff series wins than Toronto since 2005?
Buffalo?
The Buffalo Sabres. When the Sabres have more playoff series wins than the Leafs, at this point, since 2005, at this point you just need to you might as well blow it up. They won in 2023 against a burnt-out Lightning team that went to 3 straight conference cup finals, and they beat Ottawa, who's a bottom-tier team that a bottom-feeder team in the playoff standings that barely made it in. They barely made it, and they almost choked that away too. Mitch Marner's gone. Matthews should be gone. Just strip the captaincy away and give it back to Tavares or give it to Nylander. He's the only player out of this roster that seems to even perform. And when fans are throwing sweaters and hats and beer and food and soft drinks on the ice, I sent you that snap where people were throwing things all over the ice. The fans are getting tired of it. The fans are getting so tired of this. So tired of this. And even their big brother in Montreal, Cole Caulfield, who only played 5 games in the playoffs, had more goals than Austin Matthews in 10 games. In 10 whole games. That is absolutely humiliating. And also, Mitch Marner declined the largest contract in the history of the Maple Leafs. Because, I bet he thought he deserved more. Buddy, you don't deserve nearly as much as you're making if you're just a liability on the ice. Oh, well, he's stressed. Then get rid of him. He shouldn't be in the league if he's getting stressed out in the postseason. Former Leafs forward Zach Hyman has had more goals in the playoffs since 2022 than Nylander, Matthews, and Marner combined. I mean, almost as much. Hyman's had 30 goals, and those three have had 37. I misworded that, sorry. But if one player who used to play on your team has had more goals than three of the best players in the league, that says a lot. I don't know how they don't blow this up. Shanahan needs to be gone. Berube needs to stay, in my opinion. He's been a decent coach. And it's like Sheldon Keefe said. The Leafs set these games up so that they can beat themselves. And I think the thing that says the most about this roster is, like I said, Mitch Marner going over to his bench and yelling at them to wake up. In the words of the late, great Herb Brooks, you worry about your own game. There's plenty there to keep you busy. At the end of the day, I'm sick of this. And like I said when I started this thing, I hate the Leafs more than anything. They are like my number one least favorite franchise. I hate them so much. If somebody like me, who laughs at the Leafs every time they lose, every single time, am getting this irate over them losing, that says a lot. And this fan base is just burning alive. They are just crying their eyes out. They're losing their minds over this. And I can't blame them, because they are having to watch a team that has been the most embarrassing bunch of scrubs since like before the moon landing. Since 1967, this team has been a walking joke. And I honestly feel bad for them at this point, because when your biggest achievement, where you're playing all these epic edits and this is such a great emotional moment, is them winning a single playoff series, that is embarrassing. That is embarrassing. What fan base deserves this kind of torture? I mean, people say, they're the Dallas Cowboys of the NHL. The Leafs are worse than the Cowboys. At least they have some semblance of championships in the past. At least they have fans that love them in the 90s that are still around. If you loved the Leafs as a kid when they were winning cups, you're likely still in a freaking nursing home watching reruns of MASH or something like that. It's ridiculous. The fact that this team is still trying to say that this core four is it. They're not it. They need to take a good hard look at themselves and realize we need to go just completely rebuild this squad. I don't know who would even want to take on some of these contracts. You can't trade Matthews because he's the highest paid player in the league, who's not even good in the playoffs. He's good at defense, doesn't matter. I'd rather take McCarr or Hughes or Hedman. Hedman was injured, played better defense than Matthews did. I'm like probably speaking in circles at this point, but I don't know.
All right.
I'm probably missing a lot of stuff that I said, but at this point, I think I've made my point clear. The Toronto Maple Leafs need to blow it up. They need to just burn this team. They need to burn this team to the ground at this point. And if they probably just they better keep Nyes around, because he was great. Because if they don't keep Nyes around, just sell the team and get rid of everything. So that's the end of today's episode.
Thank you guys for watching.
Definitely like, subscribe, follow us on our Instagram, and listen to our Spotify, and
see you on the next episode.
Go Sportsball!